Hi humans, and welcome back to the Unleash and Unveil community. And if you haven't been able to tell, my background looks different, and that's because I am Tolu, actively running my spiritual business retreat for my mastermind students. So 2 things that you're going to get out of this video is 1, a lot of behind the scenes on that, and 2, I'm going to teach you how you're leaving money on the table and the way that you can actually correct this. And this is through perfecting our client journey. And it doesn't start when you acquire that client. It starts from the minute they start to experience your work. So let's dive right in. I first want to set up this video and let you know that this was a huge personal problem for me. I remember when I first started my online journey, I was so confused with what a cart page was and a landing page and my copy, and just inspired to share in this way because I want to make sure that you have a resource to come back to time and time again that is going to give you these quick 10 to 15 minute videos, and it's going to explain it. Number 1, a landing page. What is a landing page? This is the page where people experience your product. So your social media accounts are not a landing page. This is how people find you. So people find you on TikTok, they find you on Instagram, they may find you on ad, and somehow, some way, they're clicking around and they land on a page. That landing page usually is also called a sales page. And the reason why is because it has a ton of information. Look at mine. It has a ton of information that really talks about the product and who it's for and who it's not for, and maybe how much it costs, and a little bit on the testimonials of the program, how long you've been running it. Those are all things that happen on that page. By the way, if you want to know what we use Kajabi. I love this program, and I'm going to explain exactly why. By the way, they have not sponsored this video. I just genuinely love using them because for me, in order to nail my client experience, I have to think about putting myself in the client's shoes and saying, where is the break-in flow? When I look at my client journey, I want them to flow through. So first they find me on Instagram or TikTok or a free challenge, however it is that I'm putting myself out there. Then they're going to move into being interested to potentially work with me. This is where your offer or your sales page. By the way, I'm going to link that other video down there. If you don't know how to write your sales page, I did a whole other video on that. This is where you take that copy and now you put it on a landing page. You put it on a sales page. You put it on one page where it explains everything. You can use this on your website, or like I mentioned, you can do this on Kajabi. And the reason why I like Kajabi is because you can not only have your blog there, you can have your website there, you can have your sales page there, and it automatically connects to them getting into the program. And I have to tell you and be honest with you humans, this was probably the biggest pain in the ass that I had experienced being a first-time entrepreneur online. It felt like everything was disconnected. And I'm like, can somebody just create one thing that makes sense? Like, why do I have to put my website over here, my emails over there, the welcome emails over here? Like, everything felt disjointed. And Kajabi does that really nicely where everything is very connected. What happens after somebody lands on your page and they're like, whoa, I want to get in. Like, this seems interesting. Then potentially they click the button and now they're at your cart page. And now this cart page that I use, also powered by Kajabi, is connected to the program. So let's say I have a self-paced course, Portals to the Vision, which I do. It lives on a sales page. The person clicks on the button. After they click on the button, it takes them to that checkout page powered by Kajabi. They put in their information, boom, the sale comes in, and now it automatically connects from that sale purchase to it sending that person an email saying, here's your login, you got in, here's your program. Perfect. Now that the person has their purchase, what's the next thing that needs to happen? For me, I don't know about you, but I've always said this in business. I feel like I always want to make the exchange even. If you took out your wallet and you paid for something, I want to give you something in return. And for me, that's my welcome email. And so right after the purchase, you get an automatic email that says, you're in, here's what you need to know, here's your welcome packet, here's when we start, here's how I suggest you take the actual course. And that is so important. I know that these things are very small, but this can actually lead to a forever customer, because at the end of the day, people want to buy from people that they know, like, and trust, and also that when they're experiencing their product, that they're having fun, or that they're excited, or that the person's making it feel like a party, or they're celebrating that. Or isn't it so annoying when you have to go back to somebody and say, hey, I didn't get my contract, or can't get in, I don't have the logins. Like when your client starts to ask you those type of questions, you're gonna eventually lose them because everybody is in it for a seamless client experience. I know this is gonna sound a little crazy, but the perfect example that I always use is like going shopping. Imagine you go into a department store and everything is hanging off of the hangers and it's a mess and it's crowded, you can't find anything. You're probably gonna not purchase anything. But let's say you go into another store and everything feels like it's in its place. Somebody comes up to you, they greet you, they ask you what you need, they're really friendly. Those are the things that help people feel safe in purchasing and honestly comfortable. So your onboarding system needs to be on point. Now we're gonna get into the place where they become your client. So now they found you, they landed on the page, they bought the thing. Now what happens? Well, they get that welcome email and that feels good for them. They're like, great, I know exactly when to start. They don't ask any questions. One of the things that I love to do that not a lot of people do is I send people a welcome packet. It's about 15 to 20 pages long. Here's mine if you want to see. And I really get super detailed and share with people my intention, my vision, my mission, who I am as a company, what I'm expecting of them. I added the calendar of a potential program if it's a live coaching program. All of the links and the things that they need are all in one place. I cannot tell you how many compliments I get from my students where one, they're inspired to do this for their business, and two, they feel seen, they feel held, they feel like, holy crap, like I feel great in my investment. And at the end of the day, you want that. Moving right along to the next thing. As somebody becomes your client, and again, remember, we're talking about your client journey. We're talking about your onboarding system. How are people onboarded into your world? The thing that I'd love to do is send people a midway feedback form. Here's ours. And I ask them specific questions. Rate us from 1 to 5. If you gave us a 4, why didn't you give us a 5? Tell us a little bit more about your favorite parts of the program so far. Share a win. Share something that you're still working on. What can we be doing better? I do not know why people do not do this more often, but that always, I read all of them first of all, and that always helps me adjust things. And the final and last thing that I do in order to ensure a beautiful client seamless experience is that I always resource my students. I don't know about you, but like it just never felt right for me to just finish with a student and just move on to the next thing and launch something else and just forget about them. I deeply care about my students, and at the end of us working together, I want to know what happens next. How do I continue to either help you? Do you still want to continue to work with me, or can I refer you to somebody else that may be a better suit for where you're at and where you're going? And so I do this the same way I send people an onboarding packet to get them prepared for the work that we're going to do together. I also give them an offboarding packet, and it's just as long. And it even has a little opportunity where if they wanted to give me live feedback, they can book a 15-minute session. I tell them how proud I am of all of the work that we've done. I share any wins specifically that that student has had. Again, I ask them to rate our company and I ask them for feedback. I also let them know that if they want to leave us a testimonial, there's a little button right there where they can upload their video or they can type it up. I ask their permission if I can share it, whether it be on social or my sales pages or my website, and that is so important. Proof that you can get people a certain level of clients is really a big part of marketing. So if you're the type of person that you're watching this and you're like, oh my God, I don't know if I want to do that. Again, you're leaving money on the table and you can be 3xing your income right now. I state that there's a problem with marketing, and the reason why is twofold. One, people are too afraid to share their prices for whatever reason. They feel this money shaming and they feel like they can't energetically get behind their prices. And two, you probably can't effectively communicate what you do, how you do it, and how it resolves a problem. And that's a big part of marketing. And if somebody can't see a testimonial of you guiding somebody else to do the work and their experience, it's going to be really hard for them to become a buyer. Remember that people buy for many different reasons. And again, I'll link another video down here below. Buyer psychology is really important. And when you adhere to people in the ways that they naturally buy, whether they want a deal, whether they wait at the last minute, whether they need to know and read that entire sales page before they make a decision, that's important. And it's going to help sharpen your skills. So make sure that as you continue to travel down the journey of entrepreneurship, that you take care of people. There's this toxic energy in entrepreneurship where we kind of just like keep moving on to the next thing and the next thing. And I promise you, the reason why I've been able to scale my business to $1 million in 26 months, it was not because I was out producing anybody else. It's because I cared for everybody that was currently in my community. And the more I cared about them and their success and what they were doing inside of the program and really tried to be of the highest service without people pleasing or anything weird like that, the more people wanted to stay, the more they resigned. At a certain point, my retention rate was so high, I barely had to even announce any offers because they were always full. And at the end of the day, that's what you want. You want raving fans. You want people who are like, I need to work with you. Put me on the wait list. I can't wait till the next round. That to me is a solid brand. So this is just a reminder, humans. We're working with other humans, okay? And perfecting your client journey and the client experience and how people move in your world, even before they become a client, is absolutely one of the most underrated things in business. So get to it, humans. All right, humans, this has been absolutely freaking amazing. If you are in your season to be stepping into your leadership, check out some of my offerings. I'm going to link them below. One of the ones that we're starting in just a few days is called Cosmic Genius, and you can actually be in a retreat just like this. It actually comes with it. All right, humans, go with peace, go with God. See you soon.